All right, Leo, what's up? This is for Leo, your Leo placements and your fifth house placements, okay? Thanks for stepping in, guys. We're talking about relationship resonance. That's what I got. That's all I'm getting. I've been sitting in this energy for a minute. There's a lot here. And relationship resonance is not just love. It's every relationship you have. But this is like imbalanced. Somebody's too they either have the capability of being tapped in and very high vibrational and balanced, okay? Or they are. While another person feels frozen. Okay. What I mean by that is there's nothing. Tin Man, Wizard of Oz. You feel me? Apathetic. It's not that they lack emotion. There's too much gunk. I don't know, man. This is like, it's 2026, okay? You've been cruising in like a 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis, fresh off the lot. No plugs ever changed, Like you're pulling out the filters and hosing them off and putting them back in and using the same ones. Never getting an oil change or anything flush or just add more to it. It's like just gunk pile up that I hate to say it, okay? But this is like it is too expensive to do the repair. It is not it's not worth it to do the repair. Just get rid of it. But somebody this, okay? Somebody knows how another person is. But for the ones that are not, like if you're already high vibe, you're like, yeah, I've been known this, okay? It feels like you're having an issue because you're not finding anybody. I mean, relationship wise, overall. You're so high vibing that it's very difficult for you to find somebody that resonates on that level that can give you that nice, easy, even flow, right? Of back and forth, um, going with the flow and dealing with things as they come and like knowing how you build a deep commitment and what you have to do. There's like lack of options there. And there's sirens right now outside. And that just said 411. Yeah, that's the info. Oh, it was a fire truck too. There you go, Leo. You're gonna burn down the house. Not literally left eye, calm down. I'm saying like I'm just joking by the way, but I'm saying like you're just gonna have to let it burn, you know. I don't know, go on to something else or because it's like you're not gonna settle. But there's I just heard 5 alarm fire. I hope that's not what that my guys just gave me a message of what that fire truck was for. Well, that's good. What in the world? Okay, sorry guys. This is how it works. That's what I mean. Like you're so tapped in. You got all the channels. You know? You're like on the platinum subscription to the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? Somebody's still like working with the free. Like they're just not too much work. And then for the ones who, you think that, but you make excuses or it's not that bad. You don't really fight it. But sometimes you feel like you're resonating on that level and things are fine if that I just heard they're a narcissist. Um Somebody here is you got some gunk in you too and some stuff you have the capability of being very high vibing, being very, super tapped in but there's some things that you like don't want to look at or you just think that's how things are supposed to be because you've never had anyone model good, healthy relationships to you. So you think it's a pipe dream, like this is just normal. Something's not normal. Whatever this is, something's not normal. It feels like, I'm telling you, this is like somebody being like, I get it. So where the hell are my people? I don't know. Uh, I feel you. Um, which is funny that I just said I feel you because it sounds like Ophelia, The Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift. That's pretty much what that song's about. There's just a lot going on here. There's a lot. I mean, I got called to all these decks, and I'm like, okay, look at withholding affection. I know when I get called to these decks, it's like, Lucy, we got some splaining to do. Shape your future. You are the creator. Make choices that reflect your higher self. Okay. Oh, no. And this is like people, look at this. What's gossip? Do you see how I turn these over? You see the bottom? I did the same thing with this one. Look at, people don't, it's like people don't want somebody to see. Somebody doesn't want somebody to see that they chose down. What the hell? That's not some damn tea. Okay. They chose down. I don't know, Leo. Like something's like more, because it's five. Fifth house is the easiest house to master. Okay, I was told. It's play, it's hobbies, it's sports, it's romance, it's limerence, it's affairs, it's sex. Okay. Yes, it's children and child and stuff, but it's not hard to stay in that phase. And there are different types of Leos, low vibe, high vibe. Okay, there's different types of fifth house. But this is not, it's an easy house to be in, to sit in, but not to reach that higher level. It's hard to find the match there. Because it feels like a lot of people are asleep, or generational patterns, toxic relationship, those types of things, right? Lessons never learned, repeating things over and over again, never doing the work, not doing the shadow work, that kind of stuff. It's like there's this, they're just, they're repeating like their childhood, their everything, because they think it's normal. And that the people who want more, okay, I say more when actually it's not. It's they want healthy and true and honest and, solid. That's not more. However, to these people, it is, because they think it's unrealistic. It's not, actually. Expecting good, healthy, solid relationships from the energy level they're at, okay, where they're vibrating and what they put in and what they do, that's actually unrealistic. Unrealistic to think you're going to have a healthy, solid foundation, and you're going to be able to continue to build on that in every aspect of your life. You can't. You cannot expect to take a trip around the world in a damn 2000, Mercury Grand Marquis that's never even had a damn oil change. You can't do it. So it's like this, there's just the perception's not there. This almost feels like stunted growth emotionally, but it's a pattern through generations. My God, this is good Lord, y'all. Refusing to compromise. Look at that. That bird, higher perspective, etc. Look at that person. Hail to the nah, nah, nah. I'm good. Fucking crazy. I'm telling you. This is insane. There's no mutual compromise, understanding, flexibility. And that part is the resonance part. It's validation, it's compromise, it's listening, compassion, being present, being open, right? Communicating in a healthy way about things. It's really getting to know someone and not creating like lustful, energetic ties. Welcome to the fifth house. Lustful, energetic ties, and then trying to build on that. That's not going to work. Yeah, there's like, it's a cluster. Wow. Well, we got into it, didn't we? Good Lord. Anywho, yeah, this is, damn, Leo. All right. We're going to see what the heck Spirit wants y'all to know about, because it's something, constant arguments. I'm telling you. You have to promote peaceful conflict resolution. Seek harmony. That's what I'm saying. There has to be communication. That is not communicate. Okay, first of all, so I don't know who the hell needs to know this. And I'm telling you, if you're watching this, you're going to be like, I tried to tell them. Communication is number one. You cannot, there is no relationship without communication. Period. Point blank. You can't. And it's not one person talking. It's talking, listening, taking it in, listening to understand, not listening to respond. It's listening to understand, processing it, speaking back. Like it's I'm telling you, somebody is just like, I don't even know. It's, you bring something up and they, change the subject, they deflect, they turn around on you and then shift the blame. And I mean, oh my gosh, okay, Leo, run. I don't know what to tell it. I don't have any good advice for this. Run. Um, just somebody's not learning the lesson here. Somebody's not learning the lesson. They're still being too available. They're still being too adaptable. They're still giving into things. They're still seeking validation from the other person. I'm telling you, Leo, someone in this energy has the capability of doing very big things with their life. Strong. They have strength, but they're not doing the core shadow work. They're not doing the true healing. They're telling themselves that they are, but they're not. Somebody shuts down. They cannot answer the tough questions. And this is the person, I'm talking to the Leos that recognize the other person's a D-bag. They only feel whole and good. Excuse me. See, look, the throat chakra. I'm telling you, they only feel whole and good when they're getting some type of flirty or positive attention from somebody else. This is somebody who is constantly trying to talk to people, reach out to people. They've got to, they need that because that's what keeps them going. That is not healthy. Somebody's going to keep following the same relationship patterns here. I mean, over and over. This is just a constant vicious cycle. Somebody's consistent, and I'm not sure what it is exactly, okay? But I'm getting someone's consistently overlooking the same red flag. So there's some kind of similarity, okay? 1818 on the timer. That's the damn moon card. Somebody is consistently looking over the same thing. So there's a similar pattern, okay? A similar type of person or a similar way a relationship starts or things that they do, ways that they interact with a person. And it's like breadcrumbing. Somebody doesn't realize they're being breadcrumbed. I mean, this is bare fucking minimum. Somebody's getting bare fucking minimum. And they think it's cute. Like, oh, it's so sweet. They wanted to, and I feel like Spirit's going, no, 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 no. You are more than that. So somebody is not recognizing their own self-worth. 100%. Which feels like somebody's spirit guides are very frustrated. Because somebody's got a lot of like significant potential to do big things. And they are settling within themselves. And this isn't about like piling more on your plate or anything like that. That is not what this is. This is all stuff that you can, it doesn't cost any money. Actually, you can do it on your own. It's shadow work. It's allowing yourself to be alone and not constantly seeking communication with others so that you don't have to sit in silence. It's not seeking somebody to flirt with, right after you end a relationship or something. It's that type of energy. Like you just cannot be alone truly. That means, I don't know, they're giving me the car for some reason. So like every time you get in the car, you have to call somebody. You cannot just be in the car and listen to a podcast or listen to you have to be talking to someone. That type of stuff. You cannot stand to be in silence with your own thoughts. Somebody needs to do that. They're repeating something here. Okay. Y'all. I don't know. Somebody's like, spirit guys are like they want to shake someone here. Pressure to change. Look, it's a person on a bike. Apartment buildings, okay, something. Embrace your authentic self. Change should come from within. Not from external pressure. This feels like be yourself, okay? Be yourself. For real, be your dang self. And somebody's, don't get mad at me, Leo. I'm just passing on the message. Okay, I'm just a messenger, y'all. This is a female. When I say female, I'm not talking about feminine energy. This is a female. Okay? Who adapts to what the man likes because they need that. They need that attention. They need that relationship, that flirting. This is chasing. This is not receiving. This is not Empress energy. Somebody's trying to be in it, but like where there's it's like it's like a weak link, you know? It's that thing. They can't seem to allow themselves to just be, you know? You can't, like, you have to allow yourself to just be, not seek attention. Somebody needs to be alone and heal. Because I'm telling you, somebody's about to repeat a damn pattern. Something's going to end up in, y'all, the fucking fire truck. Something's going to end up in flames. Thank you, Spirit. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, yeah, somebody needs to like, because somebody's giving someone minimal. And they're like excited about it. And Spirit's saying, no, 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 stop. Absolutely not. Somebody's, yeah, I don't know. Somebody's got, I'm telling you, somebody's empathic. They get, you know, they have intuition, things like that. They do, but they're not paying attention. They're like reading it wrong. It's like their wounds. I don't know. Like they get excited. It's not bad, right? Like we get oxytocin when good things happen. But this is, someone seeks that so they don't have to be without it because then they get real down. What do you, journal? Somebody needs to do a shadow work journal. Something, shadow work, inner child, local library. Those are the things I just heard. There's something about internet. You can find free options on the internet. Okay, that's a good place to start. Yeah, somebody needs to stop the pattern, stop the cycle. I'm telling you, somebody wants like this, you know, fairy tale, like amazing. But they're going, you know, the villain in the fairy tales? Okay. Perfect example. Thank you, Spirit. In Frozen. Anna's whatever. I don't even know his name, but you know, they meet and they're instantly, you know, getting married within hours. All right. The actual person was the sled dude, you know, with the reindeer. I forget his name too. But anyways, I've seen that movie so many times and I forget. That's the actual type of person. But they pay no attention to them because they're getting what they want from the love bomber person. Thank you, Spirit. Look at this. Withholding affection. Encourage open expression of love and affection. Emotional connection is essential. Telling you. Relationship resonance. Emotional communication. Your authentic self. Change comes from within, not from doing it to please other people. All of this is what it is. Notice none of that says anything about physical, flirting, making you feel good, making you feel pretty. That's all very fifth house stuff. That is not what this is. And somebody's doing that. It ends up because you allow these things to occur, it ends up with feeling like you're the one that constantly has to give in. You're the one that constantly has to change. You're the one constantly begging for affection. There's constant bickering. They never listen. They don't understand. You don't understand what happened. They were so sweet in the beginning. No, the fuck they weren't. They were breadcrumbing you, but because you were coming from a wounded place, you thought it was your dream come true. I just heard pretty much. Invalidating feelings. Do you see this? This person has headphones on. Look at Spirit's trying to talk to him. They can't ever because they're always talking to someone else. It's surface level stuff. So if this is you, this is like hearing this and you take none of it in. You only listen to what they're doing wrong. Not that you actually need to heal too. Are you standing up for yourself? Firmly? Are you openly communicating things? Are you being passive aggressive? Are you dropping hints? Those things aren't healthy. They're not coming from a healed place. But a lot of times, it's hard to recognize that when you're dating a douchebag. And if you've never really been modeled a healthy relationship, it's like, well, how the hell am I supposed to know? Honestly, the only way, I wasn't modeled healthy relationships growing up. However, I was fortunate enough, right, to be made by the Most High, to just, as a fetus, just being a, you know, ass kicker. So when I came out, I was just fighting, asking questions, questioning everything. Just, I'm mouthy. I spoke up for myself a lot. And my parents, one of them, my mother, tried to quiet that, right? She didn't like it, which just made it worse. Um, and then I was also given like a lot of, gifts and insane, like empathic stuff and energy. Just, yeah. So it makes it a lot because not only am I very strong in, not, I question shit. I don't just say, oh, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, no. Um, but because of the energy stuff, the psychic abilities, etc., I end up mirroring back to someone who they are. Whew, baby, talk about a lot of lessons, okay? So I didn't really need anybody to model, right? Because there was a specific reason for me to go through that while I was in this journey. So, which at the time you don't know, but there you go. So you have to do one of them. Like if you can feel energies and you could be modeling something back to somebody or mirroring, I should say, something back to another person, okay? But at the same time, you're not really firm in who you are and voicing that with confidence all the time. You got to do one of them. You got to start somewhere. And if you are going through cycles, whether you are in a relationship, okay, whether you are single and you're noticing that I'm saying this and you're going, okay, yeah, I kind of do that shit. Either way, all of this is about you, right? And where you're coming from and your foundation internally. So you don't have to, right? You can stay in crappy relationships if you want. Free will. It's choice. I mean, honestly, you don't have to do anything I say. But if you want healthy relationships and you want solid foundations and all of the things that you're like, why can't I find a good one? You have to be alone. No flirting, no doom scrolling on social media, looking for new people, no dating apps. You got to do the dirty, the nitty gritty within you. The staring at the mirror and talking to yourself kind of shit. Because you have to be able to do that and face yourself. The shadow work, the inner child work. That's the only way you're going to find someone to give you what it feels like somebody wants. And for those that are already there, tell your spirit guides, come on. I'm waiting. Wait, their ship get lost. I'm telling you, I feel you. But this is just like acknowledging and validating your own feelings. You deserve to be heard and understood because somebody doesn't, taking power back, asserting independence. I'm telling you. This feels like in one ear and out the other. When you are asked a deep question that makes you reflect inward and answer honestly, while also being able to expand on that, does this sound familiar? Or how about this? Yes or no? And you answer and then expand on that. You have to also be able to expand on it without giving excuses. No, not that. It's just you, not about anybody else. Because it's not about anyone else. It's not their fault, right? I didn't say this, period. Doesn't matter why you didn't say it. Then it's like, if you didn't tell somebody you felt that way, it's like, do you recognize that? And did you work through that? Do you now tell people when you feel a certain way? If the answer is yes, there you go. Lesson learned. If the answer is no, then that's a good place to start. You guys see what I'm saying? This is just being pissed off about things that are happening, but somebody's inner child, this is like, if things don't go your way, there's a reaction. It's like, I just want a bitch and I want you to tell me I'm right. That can happen, right? However, if you are, if your feelings are valid, right? However you feel, they're valid. But if there's like some, if you're speaking to a friend, a counselor, or whatever that has experience, has knowledge that they can share, you have to be willing to accept that and then reflect on it. Because if you don't, what is the fucking point of any of it? Just a bitch? That's pointless. It does nothing. It doesn't help you feel better. That's more surface level bullshit. Like, you want to be heard, yes. But if what you're complaining about is like you're still blaming the other person when their behavior, whatever, is maybe normal, or there's nothing wrong with it, that it hit a wound within you, there needs to be some type of going within. That's what it is. Somebody's staying in these crappy relationships because there's no reflection ever done. They think they are, but they're not, because there's no consistent journaling. There's no looking at yourself without also looking at the other person. That was a lot in that. This feels like a big deal. This feels like a really big deal, Leo. Like you're going to be stuck in some same cycle here. What once protected you may now be holding you back. Let your heart breathe without defense. Leo, I didn't tell them I felt this way because I knew I wouldn't be heard. I knew that they didn't care and they just were more worried about this. This could very well be inner child. Something that's comes from childhood trauma, from early relationships, even, your first couple of romantic relationships, because those are usually treacherous because they model your home life. So you're still doing the same thing. The problem is that wound, you see that red? That wound is still inside there. So that little guy gets triggered every single time you don't get what you need from someone. Doesn't matter how they feel. You don't get what you need from someone. I don't think somebody realizes they do this. I don't think somebody realizes they do this. I'm not attacking you because none of us are perfect. I don't think any of us are born not going through any type of lesson, So, plus this is my job. And if what I'm saying is pissing you off, that's your sign. For some, you've already been through all this and you're like, yep, I did that. Yep, I had to do that too. Yeah, somebody's going to repeat something here. I just keep getting journaling. Somebody needs to journal. Somebody needs boundaries significantly. What they're showing me. Okay. Boundaries are not yelling. Boundaries are respecting your space and being able to like plainly, clearly state something. Okay. For instance, I'll tell my son I'm going to work. I'm going to be doing this. I've prepared this for you. I'm going to be in there for a couple of hours, right? If there's an emergency, you can get me. Otherwise, I will come out when I'm done. And I'm in the same house, okay? He doesn't come in here 20 times badgering me, but I want this. You need to do this now. And then I'm arguing with him. That's not boundaries. And I'm the mother. I'm supposed to provide guidance to him. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm not going to. Me dropping down to his age and spatting is ridiculous. So I'm not going to do that with him. But I can listen to him, right, and understand. And then again, state the boundary and why something needs to occur. There has to be, like, you have to model to people what you expect. So if we're just arguing and being defensive and, just going back and forth with somebody, that's what we're going to get because we're showing them how to treat us. It's a very tricky, difficult lesson to learn because most people don't even realize that that's what it's doing. But somebody's got very weak boundaries and they're very reactive. That's wounding. Because this is a very strong, like a spiritually gifted, strong person. It's very suppressed. And it feels like something's happening, triggers or something are happening more and more, like a lot, actually. A lot of frustration, a lot of attitude, a lot of trying to not pay attention to it. Maybe trying to maybe escape and do something else, or it doesn't feel like Could be watching television or something. I don't know, but it's like not wanting to see that that's what they're doing. Like somebody's blaming it on something else. But what that is like, you know, spirit guide, your higher self, whatever. I'm telling, there's ancestors here too. There's a lot of pressure to have some kind of big breakthrough and recognize what's going on. And for some of you, you were either guided to watch this video or there's somebody in your life that is trying to help. Either or, okay? And there's a reason for that. But it's being ignored. Like there's certain things like people have told you to look at, to pay attention to. Things are just getting brushed off. And there's like something significant, I'm telling you, with this right here. Something significant is about to happen. That's what it feels like. And it's going to be one of those I should have listened moments. It feels big. I don't know. It could have to do with a child, possibly, or an ex. Okay. I don't, it feels like it's a male figure. But I keep getting a kid, like a daughter, like a little girl or something. Um, they could be, there could be like a teenager or something, or, because I keep getting like 18, but I saw 18, 18. So somebody could be around that age, or somebody's like emotionally stunted to that age. Not in like a fun way. I'm not saying, well, there's nothing wrong with, you know, if you feel young at heart. That's not what I'm talking about. Somebody's been reacting the same way in relationships and doing the same, like since that young. No, this is definitely more than one tarot, one little, it's not even tarot reading, channeling and message. Like this is a lot of shadow work and stuff. This is a lot. This is a lot for sure. Just shadow work and inner child healing is where it needs to start. That's where it needs to start. Some bonds are meant for growth, not forever. When the lesson ends, the contract dissolves. You're free to walk away. There's a fire here with somebody did something. Self-doubt clouds your vision. Trust in your abilities and take the leap. Your future self will thank you. Did I tell you something about an ancestor? I'm telling you, this is like an ancestor. Somebody's got somebody looking at them like, hello, hello. I don't know. Somebody's getting more and more frustrated because there's a lot of emotion being held in. Yeah, it's like somebody's just doing more. Okay, somebody thinks like constantly doing a lot or something. Constantly, God, it's almost like being busy, active, you know, working a ton, doing this, go, 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 just, and then sitting and like watching TV and going to bed. Like you're just exhausted all the time. Somebody take, like, it's like that's progress. That's not. If you do the work, you get into a receptive mode. Abundance flows easier, energy, care, your vibration goes up. You end up like attracting all the right things. And you're not like killing yourself energetically. Yeah, somebody's got to, I don't know, be celibate? Somebody needs to be single. Single. Single's a Pringle, right? This is not, somebody can't, no flirting, no nothing. Somebody's got to stop something. If they want to evolve, expand, ascend, and get, like, attract the right people. Like, somebody's got the right idea. That's the kicker, is like, somebody's got the right idea. They're just, it's the not dealing with, they're not really dealing with themselves. Sorry. I mean, I am, because it sounds harsh, and I'm absolutely not being harsh. Well, like I said, we've all been through this shit. And it's hard to hear that. But this is not like, you're not a, this is not like, hi, I'm the narcissist. I'm the problem, it's me. No. All you're doing is literally modeling what you've learned to do. But in order to unlearn that, you have to have that time alone to self-reflect and allow all that stuff to come up. That's why I suggested shadow work, journaling, shadow work journals, inner child journals, those types of things, because they'll ask questions. And then it's like you get to that right question that's being asked and things start to, and it's not easy, you know, but that's what needs to be made. I'm telling you, because this feels like This feels like every time you, this is like, we're a sometimes. And then always making excuses for why we're a sometimes. No, if people want to be with you, they make time for you. Even with kids. Because you don't have to be in the same location, right? You find a way. And it's not last minute. You're talking about schedules ahead of time, to plan something out. Effort is given both ways, not just one. So it's being a sometimes. And then it's like, oh, I really wish we could, man, I can't, I want to see you so bad. No, that's this. Oh, that's so sweet. No, it's not. It's just this. There's no action. Anybody can talk. Energy vampire. Toxic love. Telling you. I've been through this. This is why I know it's so frustrating. I get it. I do. I really do. Inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity. Nothing can break me. Do you see the freaking thunderbolt? There have been signs. When it rains, it pours. Because something is a warning sign. You gotta it's like, I can do it. I'm tough. Like the exterior. Again, the armor. But that's going to keep following you around. New achievements, improved social standing, lifestyle of next level. Look at this. It's like, y'all. This. You've got to go through it. If you want to elevate, you've got to go through the storm. That's the only way. And it's going to be rough. That shit is dark. But you've got to let the emotion and everything flow. Yes, breaking cycles. See? That's how you get there. Empress energy. This is like dealing with shit and you're fine. You're fine. It is what it is. No big deal. Shit's a dumpster fire and you're like, no, I'm good. It's supposed to be like this, right? No, it's not. It's not normal. And you can't, it's toxic positivity. And just being like, well, everybody goes through. No, they don't. And they're not supposed to. This is gonna be a rough one, Leo. It's gonna be rough, baby. It's gonna be rough. Yeah, something's gonna be rough. Like, because you're dealing with, let's look at you real quick. I want to see, look at that. Intuition. Look at that, baby. Karmic connection. Lessons. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Yeah, this is like learning better discernment. Having a fucking brutal cutoff game if you need to. Somebody's got to be real. You're going to have to for a minute. Yeah, I want to look at how you're showing up first, Leo. How you're showing, look at that. You. Relationship issues healing. You're being guided. You got to stand firm. You have to have self-love. Take control of that. You've already got you have this is a lesson too. And it feels like you're being held back until you do something. You're being guided. You're being shown the signs that you need to heal some relationship issues and you need to balance this. This is like the feminine aspect and the masculine aspect. So learning to tame, that's emotional control, willpower, strength, courage, being able to respond calmly. So if you're being triggered easily, right? This isn't in balance. But you're getting hella divine guidance. Big divine guidance. 2, have the strength and the courage. You can do this. You have to give yourself grace. You have to be compassionate with yourself and tame that. Take control of yourself. I'm not saying, and this is not me saying you're here because somebody else was a damn douchebag, male or female. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they weren't. I'm saying you have to take time for it to be just you and do the lessons and heal, become balanced to where if there is conflict, right, you can release that inner growl when you need to, but you do it calmly and you maintain a very strong boundary because you're balanced. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it feels like. It feels like you're being guided to do this, and you're being like, it's like you know who you are, who you want to be. You're seeing things, but you're getting the messages, things like that. However, this is a lesson. That strength card is usually a lesson. Especially with that divine guide. It's a lesson. You've got to be able to balance it out. Yeah, there's healing that needs to be done. Holding your own space, standing your ground. And it's consistent. Once you've mastered this energy, it's consistent. You're able to know, like, I'm not going to respond to that because I'm not going to give him my energy. It's not worth it. I'm not defending myself. I don't need to. I'm not over explaining. I don't need to. I'm not giving excuses. I don't need to. It's not but, like you were supposed to have them, here by 6:30. And it's like, well, I had to do this and da da da. But you're not this or you don't have to say any of that. You don't have to say a damn thing. It's like if somebody's trying to goat you, they're trying to get you to respond. Every time you can withhold from that because you recognize, right? You use discernment and you recognize that that's what they're doing. And you are able to express yourself in a calm manner that's very brief and be done with it. If they respond, you don't respond back because you've already said what you need to say. This is difficult to do because a lot of times you don't know where to start because nothing seems wrong. You're used to it, especially if you've been modeled this for so long. You're just used to it. That's why I stated the work that, So that's you right now. How is Leo showing up in the relationship? Yeah. Fucking sunshine and rainbows, baby. Another Leo card. You're showing up like you're happy. Things are great. We're good. Got my wreath on my door, my matching doormat. We're good. See the pictures that we put up on Facebook from the fireworks? It was great. We had so much fun. It's a fucking dumpster fire inside the home in the family. Ask me how I know. Because anybody that's ever that's in this, that's been through these awakenings, because we've been through some shit. And we've either gone through it ourselves or we've watched loved ones go through it and have had, have helped them. Like and you're in it. This is also inner child. So you show up, I mean, really, everything's great. Everything is perfect. We are fucking sunshine and rainbows up in this piece. But inner child, it's like, because these are great cards. You feel me? But with these, right, because we got to put those with it. With those, this is like, no, everything's good. Nope, not to see here. We are great. Yeah. Oh, it's no big deal. It always happens. It's constant positivity. It's constant. That's not, this isn't normal. No one's life is that perfect. This is what's happening behind the scenes. Remember I said, how are you showing up in relationships? How are you showing up right now? How are you showing up in your relationship? That's the thing, is like, you've got great energy. You can do it. But you have to do the inner child. Look at relationship issues, healing, inner child. You got to do it, boo-boo. You got to be patient. The Sun card's the best card in the deck. It's Leo card, but it's the best card in the deck. So, but if that's how you're showing up, but in the background, you're all the other stuff, that is what you are showing people. Show me the inner world. Thank you, Spirit. 9 of Cups in reverse. Thank you, Spirit. 9 of Cups in reverse. That is not being happy. You are not joyful. You are not fulfilled. You are not content. No. Matter of fact, you're giving all your fucking cups to somebody else. You're miserable inside. Whilst like overindulging, ignoring, right? We're showing up outside like this. We're great. We're showing up to people like in our relationships like this. Inside, we are this. It's not enough. It's just not enough. And it's not enough because you're not happy with yourself. That Nine of Cups is, I am content with myself, baby. How long can you sit in the quiet? How much do you journal just off the top of your head to get things out? How easy is it for you to talk about the tough things, the deep, dark things? How easy is it for you to? Once you do your shadow work, you can talk about that shit like it is the weather because it does not faze you. If it's difficult for you to pinpoint something, to answer it, to just blurt it out like that, that's an indication that it needs to be done. Not easy. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. That is completely freaking normal. I know more people who don't do their shadow work than I know that do. Most people don't even know what the hell that is. How are the people? This is, I'm going to see something. Romantic relationships. How is that partner? Or like their normal partner in their romantic relationships? How do they show up? Because something is weird here. Yep, there you go. I don't want. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, lust, free-spirited, flighty. Woohoo! Here for a short time, not a long time. They burnt 11111 on the damn timer. They burn out real quick, baby. And you got to keep them excited. It's all about them. That's a fucking child. Okay? Y'all, I ain't joking. You don't date a Knight of Wands and marry them and expect them to know. You better at least be a king. Unless you're young, right? There are some people who obviously get together when they're 18 and then they're 45 and they're still together. They got lucky. Okay? Because that shit does happen. But no. You're showing up like this. They show up like that. All the upright energy is wand. Passion. There's no emotion in that. Zilp. Zip, zilch, zero, no emotion. The only emotional card is the Nine of Cups and it's upside down. Let's see family. I want to see your family. Because I have a feeling a different deck. Do I have a different deck out here? I do. No? Yes. Okay. Wow. This is Mindscapes. This is not even, there are no people in this. So this is going to show me like mental and inner terrain of the people in your family, your childhood, right? Like this is what's modeling you. Well, we start off with this. Three of Swords. The Hangman. I'm telling, look at this. Were you left by yourself a lot? Look at you. Is there anybody alive out there? Sorry. Reminded me of the Titanic. Sorry. It's like a sinking ship. That's not good. That's not good, Leo. Leo. Ha! That's funny. You're funny, Spirit. It's like, look at that. You're on a damn iceberg. You're looking up there like, it's so beautiful. And the sun is right behind it. But there's nothing. Like you progress to the damn Three of Wands. And an Emperor that's all guarded and shit. Oh my Lord. Okay. Look at this. Oh my God. Eight of Wands. This is the communication. There's not. Do you see the gray? Well, where's the good communication? Where's the water? Where's the growth? The sun? Where the things that need to make these grow? Where's it? Where? It's dry. And nothing. All right. The communication. Justice in reverse. Well, that's unbalanced and unfair. Could be a lot of lying. You see, it's not equal. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah, not good. And Six of Swords in reverse. It doesn't go anywhere. Nope. These are cycles. Lessons. This is blowing a lot of hot air. And it's not balanced. And nothing's changed. And it's been that way I just heard repeated patterns for generations. This is how you grew up. Communication, not very nurturing. And when I got called to the deck, I was like, this one? And I heard, you'll see. Yeah, I will. That makes sense. So that's what you've grown up with. Okay. All right. All right. Now, let me see the kind of people you talk to on a regular basis to kind of get an idea on if they're nurturing you, if it's a nurturing relationship, they're nurturing growth, they're feeding into you in a good way, or if this is like more of the same. You see what I'm saying? I want to see if we can see patterns in the type of relationships you have. Because right now, you're here for a reason. 100%. And people are feeding off your energy because you are like a strong energy. You are light. And it's suppressed because this is what you are. This is what you know. It's keeping you in a fire. You're going to burn that out. Your cups are empty, y'all. Okay? All that fire is evaporating. All right? It's like a fucking heat wave outside, except for no humidity. It's like crazy. So I'm going to see the like friends and stuff that you're hanging out with. Yeah, man. The Eight of Cups. This feels like, okay. I'm telling you. Show me more with the Eight of Cups. I'm telling you. Yes, 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 yes. Stop it. You have people around you showing up strong. They're in leadership energy. They're modeling to you what the fuck to do. Sorry to be so bold. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry to be so bold. It's harsh, and I know that. We're not here to sugarcoat things. We're here to get you healed and on your right path for you, not other people. They are telling you what to do. That's what this is. Eight of Cups, Six of Cups, walk the fuck away. Leave the past back. Go. This is like, you need to go. Leave this shit behind. Old friends, chalking up the deuces. Abandon this, little innocent act and acting like everything's so great and blah, 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 blah. They're telling you, leave that shit behind, yo. You've got karmic relationships, karmic lessons. It's time to move on. Go soul search. Heal your inner child. It's strong too. Somebody's trying. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This is an opportunity for you to have an epiphany about all of the traditions, the fitting in, right? Everything that you've had to deal with, everything that you think is the right way to be. Somebody's trying to give you that and let you know that you're conforming. Everybody's got negative intentions. They are taking advantage of you. They're walking the fuck all over you. You're a damn doormat. Karmic connection. Here's the lessons. You need to show up like this, baby. I'm telling you, man, you got to do the work. And it's hard, and you're going to get your ass beat. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy. And it's not quick either. And the only way to do it is to go through it. You have to face the stormy weather by yourself. You can't, there's no, man or woman to flirt with. No. Or else you're just going to keep repeating the same shit over and over again. You want to raise your vibration. You want to be able to have the abundance and prosperity that is for you. You have to go through, you have to let the dark emotions out, baby. Yep, look at that. How do your relationships look like? And resisting breaking a cycle? Yep, look at that. I'm telling you. But there's other people, I'm telling you. This is like, you're showing up in a certain way and kind of being like you're blocking out the defensive stuff. And it's almost like you feel like you don't hear them. Yep, it does take hard work. I'm telling you, you've got to be super patient. This isn't, this feels like with motherhood and everything else, you have to model to somebody else. You've got to evaluate the shadow, how things are supposed to look. You've got to model things. I'm telling you, you've got to model stuff. Yes, you've got to model stuff because this is, if you have kids, you're showing them the same shit your parents showed you. And they're going to end up living the same life. Do you want your kids to go through that? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you got to change it. Remember, what you tell your kids doesn't mean shit. They copy you. Your reactions, your over explaining, your journaling, you're going through the emotions, having empathy and compassion and patience, treating them like humans, giving them guidance, giving them space to grow. Like, you have to model that. That's how they become what they become. You can talk all damn day. That does not usually work with kids. I mean, if you have them, you know it. You've got like a support team cheering you on, but and it's like they're trying to tell you stuff and show you things and how to. I don't know. It feels like if anybody gives you constructive criticism to really help, you don't want to hear it. I don't know. You want to show up a certain way. Like you want to show up looking a certain way. I don't know if that's your friend group or people that you know. Like there's someone, maybe someone around you or somebody I work with, maybe a sister or like there's somebody that you emulate. So you look up to somebody. You try to be like them. You want to appear strong. Okay. Well, look, some people are like, no, you got to live your life. Well, if you've never had that model, then there's somebody else in your life that's modeling how to be. Pay attention. Model does not mean copy and wear the mask and pretend to be them. It means being present, listening to understand, engaging, and asking questions like, how did you do this? How did you do that? Like, do you have any suggestions for me? And then taking it in and doing it. And using that, right, as like a blueprint of like, well, I didn't have that modeled for me growing up, but I do now. I like how this person is this and is that. And I feel like I am that. But, okay, you have to then put it like, take it and put it in the mixing pot for you. I know I am strong. I know I can do that. I know these things. Okay, so they did this. They did the work. They da-da-da-da. Let me start there. That's not copying. That's like a role model. It's like the divine putting somebody in your life to show you what to do because you didn't grow up with it. Does that make sense? Because you've got a lot of strength and light, but you don't feel happy on your own. Not truly, but you act like you do. Honestly, I mean, I'm not an expert. I've been through my stuff, right? I'm okay sitting in silence. I don't need to talk to people all the time. I just don't. But I'm very sensitive with energy. And it's been a lot of the energy stuff's been really rough lately. So I've been out for a while. So I've been trying to protect my space, my mental space and everything as much as possible because it's been very challenging. Boundaries. I don't apologize. I don't apologize when I'm answering the phone. It's not that it's not that I'm trying to be rude, right? I know where my energy needs to be right now. And I have to portion it out, unfortunately. But sometimes we just end up in, situations where we need to do that. But I journal a lot when I'm frustrated. I journal a lot. the strength card, right? When I know I've had enough, right? It's like you get those moments when you're like, oh my gosh, I have the ability to not project that onto somebody else, um, and explain to them. I just need, so many minutes alone in my room to meditate to whatever, because I'm very frustrated. I just wanted you to know, it's not you. I just kind of need to chill. But there's no snapping. I'm explaining so that they're aware. And while that's good communication, and it's trying to, like, build that foundation between another person in a relationship, whatever type of relationship it is, but it's also leading by example so that they know, how to do it. Because it's my kid. Um, but that is not easy to do. It takes a lot, especially if you have a lot to work through. It takes a lot to get there. And honestly, journaling, shadow work, inner child work, reflection, 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 reflection. I mean, when you think you can't possibly do any more, keep going. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. I have, gosh, in the past 2 years, I think I'm on journal number 7 or 8. I journal a lot, a lot. And it's just whenever I'm frustrated, whenever. There is no structure other than I write, like, on the lines. Whatever's in my mind comes out. I let it all out. I hide nothing. And then if I go back and I look at 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, whatever, whenever I started doing it like a crap ton, it is amazing to read, like, an entry from then and an entry from now. The change is insane. Like, not even the same person. It's crazy. It's like the amount of anger and just frustration, and now it's there, but it's logical, and it's like you're working through it. It's amazing. But that's not something you can do by talking to people, or, you know, dating somebody, and what, like, you've got to allow yourself that time. That's what this feels like. Otherwise, you're just going to keep meeting the Knight of Wands, because you've got people that, like, want to work together with you, and it's just very sweet, but I feel like somebody's being encouraging you to, like, tap into your creative side. But in order to do that, this Nine of Cups has to come up, right? Yeah, because you've got to, like, work on confidence, and because it's there. It is there, 100%. But with all this yellow, you need it. It's your sacral. I'm sorry, it's your solar plexus. I always get those messed up. It's your solar plexus. You have to tap into your creativity. And that can be journaling, that can be coloring, that can be crafting, that can be any way that you express what truly makes you happy inside. Not with anyone else, just you. What can you do? Just you. As you do those things, I know it sounds so weird, but as you do those things, it will help bring up and heal some of your inner child. It'll help your confidence. It helps healing. And it gives you an outlet for, like, all those hidden emotions, all that angst, all whatever. It sounds so crazy, but it is so therapeutic. I started painting, and I've always liked painting, never really been great at it. But I went through, I was like, I just want to paint. So I did. All kinds of shit. And I look back and I go, holy shit, those are pretty good. What the heck? Like, but it was my emotion coming out, and I let it, and however it wanted to. And I made some pretty cool shit. So there's that. But that's what this feels like, Leo, because that's the key. Relationship resonance. That's the key. So, look that up if you want. When I post a video, I'll try to remember to put a definition of what that is. But it's not sexual stuff. It's not gift giving. It's not flirt. That is not what that is. It's not surface level shit. The stark difference in who you are and who like who you've been in romantic relationships with, what you grew up with, and your friends and what they're telling you to do. They're like, come on, come on, I'm done, let's go. Come on. They're like, come on, Felicia, I'm over it. Let's go. Move on. Come on. Let's heal those karmic lessons, baby. Like they're showing you. Follow me. I'm gonna show you how to do this. That's what they're doing. It's funny. Anyway. And it feels like somebody's trying to say, like, keep the fucking past in the past. Put up strong ass boundaries. Throw up the deuces. If you have to walk away from family or anything, stop. Just stop. Like that part of you, it does not exist anymore. And they're all in upright. The people in your like social circle or support circle, they're showing up in cup energy upright. So you, again, you and what you're doing, they're breaking cycles and you're like standing your ground, resisting it in wands energy. You're going to burn yourself out 100%. There's no, that I don't even know how you could not. I don't know how you're like burning it like the candle at both ends. Like you can't keep going like that. It's going to break your body down. This will start manifesting in your life if it hasn't already. You're going to burn out. You're going to be exhausted, dehydrated. You have health issues. Fire to the body. That's like bone issues. I mean, you're going to have Leo, baby boo. This feels very stubborn. Like you feel very stubborn. It's that armor. It's that defensive armor. All that is a reaction from wounding. Things that trigger you. Damn. Telling you. Luxury life, and that's payback. See, you've got to do it. What goes around comes around. Wake up call. Telling you got to do this, baby boo. Shadow work, breadcrumbing. Yes. Yeah. See, you need a, I'm telling you, commitment issues, you need a fucking no filter. That Queen of Swords. Stop. I don't know. I don't know if you're censoring yourself, if you're trying to still show up in a feminine energy. This is, look, if someone is being respectful to you, so you're just doing the minimum and being respectful back, I can understand. But if somebody's like really crossing your boundaries and being a douche canoe, okay, whoever, right? Family, exes, don't care who it is. And you're still like feeling like you've got to prove something, or you want them to miss something, or you want them to think this, you're not, you got a lot of work to do. Like if somebody tries to cross your boundaries or do anything, it's affirm. Fucking touch me again and see what happens. I promise you, you'll wish you hadn't. Period. And only say it once. They do it again, well, you need to own your space. Firmly, calmly, very distinctly, look them in the eye. You are not messing around. I told you once. I will not say it again. So if something happens, and it needs to be said again, you will meet something else. Whatever that is, right? If you have to call somebody, if you have to, like you do not have to put up with that. Ever. You need to take up space. You need to. There's no reason why you can't. Especially if you've got, yeah, baby, I'm telling you, come on. Come on, you know you want it. I would jack this person in the face. I'm not even joking. And I am chill as ice, y'all. But if I told somebody something and they kept coming at me, I'd be like, you done effed the up with the wrong one. That person is just too, yeesh. Yeesh. No, thank you. Y'all, I just realized what happened. This person's laying like this on the thing. This just fell on top of it like this. You feel me? Yeah. Like I said. Sit down. I mean, this would be like, if you need to see that person, I wouldn't let him anywhere near in your home or anything. Like I'd be like, meet me outside. Meet me outside. Can't you let me? Nope. I need to use the restroom, toilet's broken. Like, I'd be like, not happening, bro. That is no, 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 no. Nope. I'm telling you, that energy is arrogant. That whatever this is, that is a very, I don't know how you're gonna make it without me. Don't you want this? No, I don't want any of that, actually. Put your wand away. Sorry. You feel me, Leo? You feel me? That's what I have, guys. This is a tough one. Man, this is tough, y'all. Fuck, just journal, okay? Do the shadow work, do the inner child healing, journal, please, and tell the Knight of Wands to put his wand down, okay? That's it. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right. Until next time, y'all. Get out. Be a good human. Give the day good you. Lead with good intentions. Be real, y'all. Take up space, please. Own your freaking power, okay? All right. Thanks. I love y'all. Peace.